for this week's report. Halloween safety tips from the Exeter PD. Updates on Pickpocket Dam removal. Fall Art Tour returns to Exeter. McDonald's recognizes Exeter police officer. Community Media Day in Exeter. School updates from SAU 16. PFAS Free Gear at the fire department. And something spooky is haunting Dan. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. Good afternoon, Exeter. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like this video to help spread the word about the show and all things Exeter. For our first segment, the Exeter Police Department wanted to share some safety tips ahead of trick-or-treating, which takes place on Friday, October 31st, 2025. You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is a dimension very similar to our own. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You are moving into a land of both terribly terrifying and deliciously sweet, of things and ideas you just crossed over into the Exeter Zone.
Hi everybody, I'm Detective Page from the Exeter Police Department, and this is going to be our 2025 Halloween safety tip video.
And I'm Tim Kerber from Seacoast Crime Stoppers.
So this year we're going to have some bags available at the police department. Anybody wants to stop by. Inside the bag we're going to have coloring books. On the back of the coloring book there's some safety tips, which we'll talk about a little later. And we also have these awesome glow-in-the-dark bracelets that kids can wear when they're trick-or-treating. They kind of show up a little better if it's dark out at night. The cars can see them. I'm wearing one right here. It says Exeter Police Department on it. And inside the bag, there's also a couple little treats in here for you. So stop by the Exeter Police Department and grab one of these bags if you'd like.
All right, Halloween safety tip number 1 is make sure that you go out trick-or-treating with other people, whether it's your parents or an older sibling or a bunch of friends, but not by yourself.
Halloween safety tip number 2. Whenever you cross the street, look both ways and maybe cross the street with a grown-up if one's with you.
Halloween safety tip number 3 is do not eat any of the candy until you have an adult check it out first.
Let's go and check it. Looks good. There you go.
Halloween safety tip number 4. You want to wear bright clothing when you're out trick-or-treating and always bring a flashlight with you.
Tip number 5, always stay outside when trick-or-treating. Never go into a stranger's house. Oh, happy Halloween, come on in. Come on, where are you going?
Thank you for watching our 2025 Halloween safety tip video. We want you guys to go out and have a good time, but we also want you to be safe out there.
The River Advisory Committee met last week to hear updates on the Pickpocket Dam removal project. Bob Glowacki has this recap from our Meeting Minute series.
This is your meeting minute for the October 16th River Advisory Committee meeting. After 2 months off, the Advisory Committee once again convened a meeting to hear updates from Public Works related to the Pickpocket Dam project. Town engineer Paul Vlasic introduced Stephanie Huddock from the engineering firm VHB to give an update on what work has been done so far under funding provided by the Great Bay 2030 Initiative.
What we went and did is we got additional survey up in these areas. A lot of this is important for not only permitting, but just our plans for construction access and the staging. We're also looking at adding a river access site, someplace where people can access the river to fish, but also launch kayaks and things like that.
Other work included a more detailed wetland delineation and a close look at the characteristics of the river through sidewalks, also known as a reference reach. VHB measured channel geometry to learn more about the slope in the river just below the dam and conducted a pebble count above and below the dam.
And what we do is we pick up 100 rocks, measure them, and record it. So I would do that once here, so that's me out there I'm recording. My coworker John, he's picking up 100 rocks, measuring the dimensions, and I'm recording it. So he picked up 100, I picked up 100 downstream of the dam, and we did the same thing upstream of the dam. I picked up 100, he picked up 100. So we picked up 400 rocks and measured them.
VHB also conducted subsurface exploration at the top of the hill above the dam to get more information on the slope stability. Similar to the Great Dam removal, the team also began the work required to assess the impacts to cultural resources associated with dam removal. Archaeological studies will be conducted in December if weather conditions allow. The presentation then moved on to discussing draft river grading.
So we're looking at providing 3 channels through this dam site. During the feasibility study, we really only looked at 2 channels, one right through the center of the dam here and one along this side right here. After a site visit, which the pictures will be, we went out on another site visit just a few weeks ago. I'll get into that after this. But we discovered that the channel is really set up to have 3 nice paths.
She went on to describe how the slope of the post-removal river will be compared to the elevation of the existing conditions with the dam and how that may affect the passage of fish. The drought conditions have helped the team gather data more easily than under normal conditions.
So this is just a section picture looking at the dam and where the 3 channels would be. So we'd have one channel through here, one channel through the middle, and then one channel where we're planning to remove the fish ladder here. And then we'd also be wiping out this lower training weir. And this is just a picture of the river channel looking downstream and what we'd be looking to mimic. So it gives you an idea of what the channel cross-section would look like.
Huddock then outlined the next steps in the project, including submitting preliminary design work at the end of October and holding an on-site public information session on Saturday, November 1st from 12 to 1 p.m.
This is where we're going to invite the public to come meet us out at the dam site. We'll have a few poster boards of the design up to be able to look at that design and then try to visualize it in real life and talk through the design components.
Other work will include completing the archaeological investigation, preparing further design plans, and hosting a public info session with impoundment abutters in 2026. The River Advisory Committee's next meeting will be on February 19th, 2026. See you there.
The Fall Art Tour is coming back to Exeter. Here's all you need to know about this fun event.
It's time to mark your calendars for the next rendition of the Exeter Fall Art Tour. This 15-stop tour will guide folks through Exeter's historic artists associations and studios, giving a real showcase of what Exeter's art scene really has to offer. With a spotlight shined on fine art and fine craft, Exeter's galleries and collectives are excited to see you and show you everything they've got to offer.
It's a fun day out, and you just see lots of beautiful art. There are 15 stops this year. Everyone will resonate with different artists and places. It's just really fun to see everybody's process of the Seacoast Artists Association. And they have a wide range of artists doing some really interesting work in lots of different media. Exeter crafts, fine arts and crafts. There are loads of great potters and weavers, and there's a lot of really interesting things going on there. Art Up Front Street has several artists on the premises. I have a couple neighbors, Diane Crespo around the corner, and Elisa, Art by Elisa, and Kristen Letourneau, who's kind of jumped in at the last minute. You know, we're extremely lucky in this community.
With art around just about every corner, the Exeter Fall Art Tour will be one of the best ways to experience it all. The tour launches Saturday to Sunday, November 1st and 2nd, between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can find maps and guides on the tour and each stop at exeterfallarttour.com.
Each year, McDonald's in Exeter recognizes an officer for his or her contribution to the community. We attended the award ceremony to learn more about the special officer this year.
Every year, the McDonald's in Exeter recognizes a police officer that has gone above and beyond to make a lasting impact on the community. This year, one officer has been hard at work in Exeter High School. Meet the winner of this year's Community Policing Award, Officer Raya Khan, the Blue Hawk School Resource Officer.
It's always a pleasure when we get to pick somebody and recognize what they offer to the town, in this case the educational environment, as well as our department. So couldn't think of a better person, and we were happy to nominate you this year, and well deserved.
Since 2022, Officer Khan has played a vital role in the safety and well-being of Exeter's high school students. Not only does she investigate potential threats to the school, but also works to make lasting connections with the students. Officer Khan is currently working to further her education and hopes to implement a new drug education program at the high school. In honor of all the work Officer Khan does for the community, friends, family, and law enforcement peers gathered at McDonald's to celebrate her achievement.
So what better way to be here and celebrate by having a Big Mac and Coke.
October 20th was Community Media Day in the United States. The day is a time to celebrate the importance and benefits of local community media stations, such as Exeter TV, and those in the communities across the country. Exeter is lucky to be among many such media centers in the state of New Hampshire, with Bob serving as the Vice President for the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media. In our next segment, we showcase the great work being done by our colleagues across the state. We're also lucky in Exeter to have a third channel, Blue Hawk Media, operated by SAU 16. The channel covers all school board meetings, extracurricular activities, and live sports throughout the year. Our next segment is another edition of 60 from 16 from Blue Hawk Media and the Superintendent's Office.
Good morning, SAU 16. This is Superintendent of Schools Chris Andriski, and here I am at Swayze Central School, our fourth Spotlight School of the Year, and I'm accompanied by Principal Ron Q. Mr. Q, can you tell us all the great things that are happening at Swayze Central School?
Thanks a lot, Dr. Andriski. Welcome to Brentwood. We're glad to be one of the school spotlights for 16 and 60, and I have a few things to share with you. First of all, last year, Swayze went solar. We have solar power, so we have this renewable energy happening. So our school is powered by the sun, which is fantastic. For our students this fall, they've been involved in so many different after-school, before-school enrichment activities. We have a science club, pet pals club, puzzles, games. So they're really excited about that. For our staff, we've started vertical teams, which is every staff member is part of a 5, 6, 7 person team. And we talk about issues that are happening in our building, work together so that every voice is heard as far as staff. The last thing I want to highlight is our monthly community assemblies, which we call Swayze Shindigs. What's really cool about that is it is student run. Every month, a different grade level is hosting the shindig, and we do it outside when the weather is good in our kind of outdoor amphitheater hill. And there's all these rituals, routines that we have for our monthly assemblies, a lot of music, a lot of fun, and it's a good time for the community to be together. So thanks a lot. We really appreciate you being out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Q. I appreciate the energy and enthusiasm every time I'm here at Swayze Central School. Appreciate you. And SAU 16, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
The fire department recently received new equipment for their firefighters. We stopped by the firehouse to learn more about the need to upgrade and what the benefits were.
In 2024, a new bill was signed into law creating greater regulations for firefighting gear, specifically in relation to per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, which are synthetic chemicals that break down slowly. Previously, firefighting gear had several aspects to them that would have PFAS chemicals on them, including a water-repellent finish on the outside and an inner filament known as a vapor barrier. When a firefighter enters a building that is on fire, they sweat, their pores open up, and the PFAS on their equipment, as long-lasting and resistant as it is, enters into their system. It becomes dangerous for their long-term health and has been shown to cause cancer. The Exeter Fire Department got a jump on providing protections from these chemicals last year.
We got support from the town manager, the assistant town manager, the finance director. We did a presentation to the Board of Selectmen. And then we got some ARPA money, and we used some money from our budget, and we were able to purchase gear.
This new gear, manufactured using alternatives to these dangerous chemicals, replaced the Exeter Fire Department's current gear with safer alternatives, as well as a new fancy black theme to go along with it.
It's a huge advantage for us when we think about our own health and safety. I'm going to a fire where I know where I'm going to be exposed to all these chemicals, but I know that the protective clothing I'm wearing does not contain those chemicals and is still going to protect me. Health and safety-wise, a big step forward for us, but for peace of mind and knowing that as a firefighter, well, I'm best protected now, and I know that I'm best protected. When I go in that environment, I don't have to worry about my gear causing problems for me. And we didn't sacrifice from where we were before to this new gear. It's a little different, but it's not a big change where you'd be like, whoa, this is going to put us in a position where we don't want to be in. It still meets and exceeds the minimum standards set by NFPA. So we're in a very good position.
And for our last segment, with the spooky season upon us, Dan has been up late with nightmares about a particular topic. Perhaps you're also kept awake at night thinking about it.
20% for our insurance. The second major budget driver, which is the voters overwhelmingly passed that. You guys had the opportunity to have finance director.
It's a $5 million project. So as long as you can make those meetings, we'll talk.
Sorry if that was a little too spooky for you. If the budget process seems like too much to wrap your head around, we have a couple meeting minutes that break down the process. Or you could catch the full meetings live right here on our YouTube channel at Exeter TV.
That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. We'll be back on November 7th for the next edition of the report. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, Exeter. And have a spooky Halloween! Ooh. Ooh. I was like, should I move? I don't even know.